Mhm.
I was out today briefly, and the social distancing thing. I mean, I can walk through a store and be 15 feet from someone, and they turn the other direction away from me. There's
Yeah,
this kind of eerie sort of, I think Dr. Fauci said, you have to assume everybody has it
right.
just so you keep a certain distance. So I do realize that it's really putting everybody in a situation to have to figure this out. I mean, the fact that the holy sacrifice of the mass has been restricted from the public, a handful of bishops are actually saying no confessions now.
Mhm.
It's a really challenging time. So it was just something that I just thinking, and I don't even know if I have a criticism over it so much, except what you just said about restricting someone's constitutional right for a speedy trial. But this has got to be turning, judges like yourself really kind of inside out as to how do we navigate, as you mentioned, through
Right.
this whole thing. This is really challenging in ways we've never been challenged before.
As
Yeah.
difficult as it is and as trying as it is, I want to make sure that 10 years, 20 years from now, we don't look back at this time with shame in the way that we have handled people's constitutionally protected rights.
I just want to say, let me just jump in here again, and then I'll pass it to you, Father. Is Dan, I really appreciate that kind of an answer. I mean, I really do, because this is a time where, so many people out of work, so many businesses being threatened to be shut down potentially forever, so many lives, so many hearts, families, souls, you name it, are just in an upheaval like never before. But to have that kind of an attitude from someone like yourself in the position of authority that you have, that we're going to stick to the Constitution. We are not going to do something that in the future we'll look back on with shame. I think just speaks volumes to people out there. And I want to thank you for that answer in that position, because that is absolutely what is needed at a time like this. People who still have level thought, clarity of thought, and still adhere to what the foundation of the country is all about. Because as you're saying, it respects a person's individual, God-given rights
Yeah,
that we all cannot lose sight of in the midst of whatever crisis we're in.
that's
So I
right.
appreciate that. Thank you for that answer.
We're going to have to take care of people. There's people that are dying. There is, but what good? I have my ideas, but I want to hear what you think
Yeah.
is going to happen.
Well, I think some of it we're already seeing, and I think I think it is wise to look for the lessons that we can learn through this.
Right.
And look for that silver lining that might be there. And one of the things that I've seen is, and this is, and Doug, you tell me this if this is true in Texas as well, or if this is just a Wisconsin lesson we're learning.
Okay.
But I see people having renewed concern for their neighbors,
Yeah.
and when I say
Right.
neighbor, and I mean in the biblical sense, right?
Mhm.
So who's your neighbor? The person that God brings into your path with a need that you can,
Exactly.
Yep.
and that's one of the things that I'm seeing.